To tell him all about that. It was pretty funny when he said, I was holding her. I was laughing. It was so really funny. And I just kept talking to him, and he just kept laughing away. And, oh, hello there. Welcome to a story and a song. Today I'm going to tell you about how I became a busker on the streets of Toronto. I was about 19 or so. I moved from Winnipeg to Orillia. And within a couple of days, I had two jobs. One, I was working full-time at Ponderosa Restaurant as a cook during the day. And then I worked in the meat department at A&P on Thursday nights, Friday, and 8 hours on Saturday. And I was getting pretty good at that, And one day, the union fella comes walking in and he sees me on the saw cutting pork chops. And he goes, "What's that cleanup guy there? What's he doing on the saw?" So next thing you know, he's over at the manager and they're just start yelling at each other. And so a little later, the manager comes up to me and he says, "How'd you like to become a meat cutter?" And I says, "Sounds good to me. What do I got to do?" He says, "We're going to have to send you down to school in Toronto, at George Brown College down in the Kensington Market area." He says, "For 4 months, take this course." And I said, "All right, sign me up." So I quit my job at the Ponderosa and I did all my paperwork. I go down to Toronto. And the deal was I was going to come back and work the Saturday at the A&P in Orillia and then go back to school on Monday down in Toronto. And the first couple of weeks went pretty good. I got a room down there, but soon I was running low on cash. And I went to the government and they said, "Well, because you quit your job at Ponderosa, you've been penalized and won't be getting any money for a while." And then they messed up on the paperwork. It was terrible. I was down there, I think, 3 months before I seen any money from the unemployment. But I went to welfare and I said, "Listen, I need a place to stay." I said, "I'm out on the street." And they said, well, they were setting me up with an emergency fund. I remember it was $234. And within a few hours, I got robbed down in Toronto. Somebody robbed me. And I went back to welfare and I says, "I don't know, somebody stole my money." And they said, "Well, I'm sorry, we can't help you." I said, they gave me an address to a place, it was a shelter where you could go stay. So I went to this shelter and the only thing I really had on me was my guitar and my case, and I had a little bag of clothing. And I asked them, I said, "Can you take care of my guitar for me?" And they said, "Oh, we don't take care of your stuff. That's your responsibility." So I said, "Okay." I said, "What am I going to do?" I said, "I go to sleep, somebody could steal my guitar." I was quite worried. So what I did was I said, "I'll take my shoelaces off my shoes, and I tie them around my wrist and around the handle of the guitar. Really tight like that. And I go to sleep like this at night, and I wake up in the morning time and, my guitar's still there, right? I look down, my shoes are gone. Somebody stole my shoes. So here I am, I'm down in Toronto, and I seen these other people playing their guitar and making money on the street, right down on Yonge Street there. I says, "Well, I got a guitar." I says, "I can do this, why not?" Here I am, my bare feet, I got no shoes on, and I'm down in Toronto, busking for the first time. And I noticed children, my music was quite rhythmic and a lot of energy to it, and I noticed kids would often kind of look over like that. So I made myself a little foot puppet that I could play with my foot while I'm while I'm playing, and that led to children being more involved, and eventually led to Ricky Raccoon and a whole business like that I started. But that's another story. Right now I'm going to do for you a song I wrote called The Busker Boy Blues. Well, I'm standing on the corner, playing that guitar sound. Yeah, I'm standing on the corner, strumming that guitar down. Well, it's a hard on the street, and soon I'll be moving out. I got the basketball blues, go man, don't you know? I got the basketball blues, can I make it? I don't know. Just playing my guitar and just having fun, don't you know? Show. Yeah, the people passing by, jamming with that sidewalk show. Just a playing my guitar and just having fun, don't you know? I got the basketball blues, man, don't you know? Don't you know? I got the basketball blues, can I make it? I don't know. Well, just playing my guitar and just having fun, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Basketball blues, man, don't you know, don't you know? I got the basketball blues, can I make it? I don't know. I'm just a playing my guitar and just having fun, don't you know? One more time. The basketball blues. There you go.